are banned!
Unbelievable. Welcome to the show, you guys. We got a lot to dig into today. As DC says, make sure you're joining the Discord, man. We are dropping mega value hangout sessions. Yeah, I think she should be good. I got the babies with me. Daughter's feeling a little under the weather, so she's hanging out right next to me. We got a lot of information to go over today. So buckle up and get ready for this. I've been digesting all of the new information we have out of Bitcoin price, the market structure. We're going to dive into that. A lot of great news compounding on top of that. And boy, howdy, are we back in the altcoin and crypto sector. Holy cow. Guys, make sure you're following us. Isaac in the back wings there. How you doing, dude?
I'm doing great. It's a interesting day, not our normal setup, but we're doing good. We are definitely back. The bull market has returned once again.
Absolutely, man. Feels good. It feels good. Well, good to see Isaac and everyone out there in the chat. I see Jeremiah Dixon. We got C90FTW hung out this morning. Matt B, Tom Allen, Johnny December. What up, dude? Crypto Steve-O. What I do?
Hi, Steve-O.
This is the Bitcoin way. All my peeps here, Matt B. Yeah, this is you know what? I got to ask the chat here. Should I close? I'm going to ask you this question. We're going to put the poll up, and then we're going to run through all the Bitcoin charts I'm about to do, and then you decide if I should close this long. It's at 720% on L Bank right now, and I kind of do feel like maybe closing this one. It's been a hell of a mover. It's from 75K. So without further ado, let's get into it. Follow me at Druth Crypto on the Twitter. You can subscribe. Here's where I'm dropping all the information, the news as it happens to you live throughout the night here. And you can also follow our shows and the huge spaces I host with Kelly Kellum over there at Mario as well. And shout out to everyone that's subscribed to the channel. I know that there's a lot of people out there watching the show that don't subscribe. If you can, do us a service, subscribe to the channel, give us a like, help us out here, and like the stream, you guys. We're about to drop a atom bomb of alpha. This has been quite a bit of research that I've done, a lot of confluence and conversations with the literal best profit taker I have ever met, who luckily I'm married to, my wife, and also TJ, one of the most intelligent investors I've ever come across as well. And myself, I've been thinking about this theory for quite some time, and I've been doing a lot of research, a lot of back testing of it, and I think we're on to something here in the stream. This is shit you will not hear anywhere else. So, you know what? Buckle up. It's going to get crazy here. I'm not married to TJ too. I'm married. Maybe business-wise, but other than that, no. But shout out to everyone that is subscribing us. It's to us. It looks like Bitcoin's going to beat us to this 100K level on subscribers to price is what it is. But let's take a look at what we got coming up here. Now, in June, it is likely we're going to be looking at a rate cut. There is a 57% probability that we're going to see a 25 base point rate cut in June. The reason why, we've all covered it before. I mean, the biggest thing that there's two big things that I don't think the mainstream media will acknowledge is the amount of losses that these banks are sitting on their commercial real estate holdings, but also the refinancing of $7 trillion worth of debt that is due within this year, leading into next year. There's $7 trillion worth of debt that the Treasury has to refinance, and they don't want to do it at the current interest rates that we're sitting at right now. So they're basically forced into a situation where over the course of this year, we're going to see a few rate cuts. Now, coming up in about 8 days, I believe it is. Let's go up here and make it 6 days. 6 days, 1 hour. We have the next Fed rate FOMC. It's likely there is not going to be a cut at this next one, so don't be expecting that. There will be volatility. It'll be pretty crazy to trade, but it doesn't look like there's going to be an actual cut. But in July, there is a high expectation of a rate cut. Again, another 25 base points, right? Throughout the year, another one. Leaning on 47% that another 25 base points is going to be cut in September's meeting. October, leading, it actually looks like they're betting on a hold. Okay, so they're betting on a hold in October, right? So it looks like they're going to hold the interest rates in October. And this data may change, but to a degree, they'll hold it in October and then do one final one in December. we all know why the system needs to do the rate cuts. It's over leveraged on all this debt, but seeing that pile of rate cuts be conversated about over the course of this year leads us to the understanding. I mean, we have huge news breaking on top of it, like the surety that risk assets are not done, and Bitcoin is not really looked at as this risk asset anymore. We had North Carolina come out and they passed their bill to create the strategic Bitcoin reserve as well. This is another account you definitely got to follow. This is our main Discover Crypto channel account. It's got 1 million followers. We drop alpha on this Twitter account quite often. But where we're going to be focusing a ton of our work is in the new Discord. I believe, Isaac, do you have the link to get everyone's LBank user ID so we can get them access to the new Discord?
I'm going to drop it here in the chat momentarily. Okay. Give me just 1 second. And this is going to give you're going to be able to drop your LBank user ID, your Discord username, and also your email.
Yes. Yes. Very important to do.
Extra. So
because that's where we're focusing everything. Right.
Everything
that's
being poured into this. So
I want you guys to be able to have access to that. And that's probably where me and Isaac are going to be hanging out in the morning, maybe. I don't know. We're still figuring it out.
Eventually.
But here's the deal, is that it's definitely Bitcoin season. And this has been a longer Bitcoin season while altcoins existed than we've ever seen before. It shows it clear as day here on CoinGlass. We are, here's the altcoin season index, and it is heavily in the Bitcoin season realm. Average RSI is actually looking low, which, man, I mean, there's room to run on that metric as well. And further data on why there is so much room to run is really what we got to dig into here to understand what to expect over this year and into next. Okay. So the first and foremost thing I want us to take a look at is the Bitcoin dominance graph. We've been tracking this for quite some time. This is 231 days till this fall off, 231 days to this fall off. And these are the second halving of 2016 and then the third halving of 2020. These are exact time matches for the amount of time it took for Bitcoin dominance to kind of let up the gas. And then the altcoin season really starts to move. And Bitcoin's price still moves up on these downtrends for Bitcoin dominance, but altcoins start to outpace in Satoshis gained. In our current scenario, our current situation here, this is something very, very key to look at. So June is when the market expects to see these rate cuts, right? And in my opinion, when we do see those rate cuts come in June, that's where you see the engines of altcoins really start to kick over. I mean, we feel it a little bit this morning. There's a little bit of excitement. As you can see, a lot of dark green for altcoins. Altcoins are having a great time. Even Aerodrome up like 20-something%. We'll take a look at that later on in the day here. But looking at this Bitcoin dominance chart, very, very key for understanding how the time frame has shifted. Our current situation, we measure this out to this point right here, where we did see a kind of fake out in Bitcoin dominance, letting up the gas and alts having a breath of fresh air. This again was 231 days, but Bitcoin has reigned king, regained that strength. That was like a tiny little correction. And now we're compounded with strategic reserve conversations, all of this insane news that is propping up Bitcoin to literally and truthfully be here to stay. And this is the mass adoption moment that we've all been looking for over cycles time frame. And anyone that has the mindset to understand the power of Bitcoin scarcity and the power of holding your own Bitcoin has understood this. But now we're looking at new data here. So let's pull this back up, Isaac. We are currently at 371 days beyond the last halving. We expected the dominance to fall off over 100 days ago, about 140 days ago. We were expecting dominance to fall off. That has not been the case. So we're already 140 days beyond expectations. Now we tack on, it's likely that Bitcoin's going to continue to reign king until we get that June rate cut right around June, and then start to see the dominance fall off. In aggregate, what I think Bitcoin dominance is going to end up looking like, I don't think it's going to fall back down to this original OG trend line here. We have so much macro bullishness and adoption for Bitcoin. I feel like it's more likely that it holds a little bit higher than people expect, right at around the 47%, maybe 50% realm. I don't think Bitcoin's going all the way down to 40%. I just don't. There's too much adoption going on, and that's too hopeful for altcoins right now. We have to crawl before we walk. We're being adopted at a nation state level. This is going to take this entire cycles process for these laws to be set in place for the US to start buying Bitcoin actively. Okay, so how much room is it to run? We just looked at 140 days beyond expectations for Bitcoin dominance. Now let's take a look at the Pi cycle top indicator. The Pi cycle top indicator. Oh, thank you very much, Crypto Billy, gifting 10 memberships. What a guy!
What a legend.
I should go on their show on Sunday. I think they go live on Sundays.
I think they do too. I missed a space. You didn't miss a space. I heard it was pretty good.
Yeah. Absolutely. I absolutely should. So let's look at the Bitcoin Pi cycle top indicator. Okay, guys. So the Pi cycle top indicator is right here, and it called the perfect Pico top of buying power for Bitcoin in April of 2021, where these two lines crossed. Yes, the price went higher, but the buying power was lower than April. So where we are right now, there is plenty of distance between these two moving averages from crossing. This is another data point pointing at an extended cycle, because when we just looked at this cross here in April of 2021. Let's look at this. So that cross of April 2021, let's look at the time frames here. Bam. So it took about 322 days for that, but the Pico top for the monetary value is about 500 days. We go back here. Oh yeah, sorry. So the Pico top last cycle in terms of monetary value was about 500 days. Let's pull the measuring stick out just to prove it. About 550 days. When we go to this realm, this past cycle of 2017, this one took again about 525 days. But now we're looking at an extended period of time, in average, adding another 140, 180 days. This is actually where I think we extend into April of 2026. Yep. This is something my wife has warned me about a while ago, and I've been sitting here mulling this idea, and then TJ came up with the idea as well. I think about 2 months ago or something like that. Thinking about this for quite some time, and the amount of bullishness that's going to come back into the markets from these continuous rate cuts that we just looked at are likely. This is something that you have to realize, is that this time statistically is better. And at Crypto Stevo, she's better at taking profits. I'm better at finding the projects to get into and making them. But you know what? It don't matter if you don't take the profits. My wife is the one. It's like, you know what? Sell that shit. I sell it. Insane. Like somehow she timed out the $4,500 Ethereum top. I didn't tell her about the Polygon top. I caught the Polygon top myself, but famously, she caught and had us rake in tons of profits in 2024, in the April-March timeframe of 2024, which very few people did. So yeah, I mean, as far as taking profits, absolute. I mean, she's literally the best out there. Name another analyst that did that. I can't think of one. Like the analysts that I know were buying big bags in March. Like I wasn't buying anything, like we were selling. So yeah, I mean, I want to find someone that was able to pull the trigger the way my wife was in March of 2024. I want to see if there is anyone out there that's capable of this in the short term. Okay, so let's look at this real quick. So this is the target that I've painted. It's basically, it begins January, because maybe we're calling this a little bit too long, but basically the end of Q1 in 2026 looks like the more likely time frame for this top out. Now the price target is, I want to remain this is where TJ gets more bullish than me. TJ is actually targeting the 200 to 250 range. He's looking for the top of the fib. I'm looking for the middle of the lower fib, only because we're stumbling on a lower Fibonacci sequence as we did last cycle. But regardless, we're both aiming for that same time frame. So this is my target. I think you could paint TJ's box up here in this target. That's what we're looking for out of this. And honestly, a massive amount of kudos to the people that were able to buy this recent dip that we were in. It took a lot of guts. It took a lot of guts to hold even through this. It took a lot of guts to hold through this pullback, right? I mean, there's a lot of sadness, a lot of despair when we punch back down to 74, just about.
Yeah.
And I feel incredible because I was able to top off the bags a little bit, but it is what it is. Is John Doe saying my sound doesn't work?
Your sound is perfectly fine. If your sound isn't working, everybody, just go ahead and refresh the stream. It'll pop back up there. We've had this issue before. We're all good.
Yeah. So, just huge shout out to everyone that has had the cojones to hold into this. Doobie Doo thinks $169,000 top because Defend want to see it on the news. Definitely won't want to see it on the news. Sounds good. Cool. So now in the short term trading stuff, did we do the poll?
We did do the poll. I'm gonna go ahead and close that poll. That's a great question.
Who won?
It looks like the yeses closing it are winning right now.
So oh my god!
It's 55 to 54, 90 votes, and also we have 338 people in here, but only 73 likes. So do me a favor and smash that like button. We really appreciate it.
Do it. Yeah. So they won, right? This is confirmed.
It's confirmed. You must close.
All right, I'm doing it. You guys are doing it. We're closing for, let's see here. How much did we close for?
Let's see.
I'm going to, I got to pull it up on my phone.
Yeah.
All right. So we closed for, let's see if you can see that.
733%.
Yeah. That's not a bad
crystal clear.
So here's where I'm at in terms of the next big trades. Trading out of this dip down to 75K has made Tether my second biggest holding now. And it's kind of a problem because the Tether is not actively in the market.
Yeah.
And I'm crashing out because of that, right? Having some FOMO. What up, Kelly? So this is my general idea. Pull this chart up for me, Isaac. This CME gap scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Kelly talked me into this. Then I looked at the CME chart. It's there. There's no denying it's there. A lot of these CMEs have like this little hump action before they actually fill. So a little bit of a hump action right there. Not too crazy to look out for. I might have to wait some time to find this CME gap entry point. So I'm not going to actively, here's the deal, Isaac, it's driving me crazy having that amount of Tether just sitting on the sidelines. So my next entry point, I'm going to do it the same way I've been doing it before. That's been working for me. I'm going to wait to see this momentum wave move to the downside, clip me a green dot just like that below the 61. I'm setting hard parameters for this, and then I'll be able to enter a new one. What's up, baby? What you want? You want to show on? All right, here. Isaac, take it on for a second. I got to turn this show
on for a second, man. I have literally no tabs on other. We got it, though.
Oh, yeah, there we go. I got it. I was able to click it from here. So,
okay, nice.
Yeah. So that's the heart. I turned your show on for you, baby. Please don't touch that. She's like messing with the soundboard. She's all like, beep, beep, beep. So this is the general rule for my next entry point. And I'm able to operate off of this in confidence because we're still riding the weekly green dot. I am still very much of the opinion that this weekly green dot is going to end up with a 60 to 90% pump from the $84,000 level. And that is kind of where let's just measure that out and make some sense of my price targets. I'm doing a lot of explanation for my price targets, a lot of explanation on my TA today. It is what it is. I'm not sorry. Now we do 60% lower expectation about 137, and then the upper expectation at 90%. Where would that bring us to? Right at about 160. Yeah.
And we have a question here from Midwest Picker. What if the CME gap doesn't fill till the bear market. But there was a CME gap that was left at 77,000 when we were already up close to the 100K realm, and when we were way up beyond that point. And we didn't think that was going to be filled. It wasn't filled for around 6 or so months.
Well, that's the overall. Pull it up. Pull this chart up. Exactly what you're talking about.
So there's a CME gap that was around $77,000 per Bitcoin, which is right there. Yeah, that's the exact one that you're talking about. It did end up filling later on, but it was around like 5 to 6 months after. So it's definitely possible. We're at 97. The CME gap is right below us at 92. There's definitely a higher possibility of it pulling back and filling the CME gap at 92 way quicker than the 77 gap.
The thing is this is only a $500 CME gap. This is not the size of CME gap that this one was 77.8 to 88. Okay, so that's a massive CME gap. This one is like a $500 one. Tis but a scratch. So when I'm taking trades, yes, there's going to be a stop loss just in case we get that market maker nuke down there. But in general, I'm still trading on the thesis of the weekly green dot. And CME gaps since 2023 have not missed. This is like this one didn't miss. All the big ones, they don't miss. You see how crazy it happens. So I'm being careful about it.
Than others.
It will. That is something we could see. We could see, a massive run up to like 170 or something like that, come back down, jackknife into there. But Max Payne in that situation would be up only because we have so much nation state adoption going on.
Yeah.
But for everyone that's trading on LBank with me, this is the basic game plan. Is being cognizant that there is a $500 CME gap at 91, 92. But this is where stop losses are your friend. I've been absolutely crushing it, digging ourselves out of this trench at 75 on up. Just closed the last trade that I had on the books for 730%. So I am feeling great about it. I think my process is working really, really good. I'm not planning to overtrade this because overtrading is how we end up losing the bag right there. So that's my generalized explanation on why this extended market makes sense, why this upward price target makes sense, and really, you can use this information to hit back. There's going to be a lot of people that are in panic mode right now over, the Trump tariffs cooking the market back. But dude, we are so back right now. The crypto market, the market cap reclaimed $3 trillion today. Absolutely incredible. We have a sea of green going on right now. The biggest question is, can ETH ever get up to those other highs? I mean, God, it is. The ETH situation is sad.
If it can reclaim 2K, it'll do fine.
I mean, there's a lot of people that bought at 2,900, bro.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that bought.
It's coming up later, but there's the post from CZ like 4 years ago saying that Ethereum is for rich people right now, but it's going to be for the poor later.
Dude,
or all the rich people are going to be poor because of Ethereum. Yeah, there it is.
ETH is a network for the rich guys now, but soon those guys will be poor. February 27th of 2021. Oh my God.
That is nuts.
Oh my God. And CZ put up he's like, this is a joke, a bad one at that. It's just absolutely crazy. Now, I mean, we're dealing with the sea of green. Shout out to Green Day Profits. It is a green day in profits today. Another one that's been crazy is Fartcoin is at $1.27 right now. It hit the top 50 the same week that BTC ETFs passed 1 million coins in custody under these ETFs. Absolutely crazy. Fartcoin might be like, I'm kind of worried about trading alts, but Fartcoin is one that I'm kind of like, maybe I should, because it's moving. You mentioned it, Isaac. It's moving very in tandem with Bitcoin on those pumps, just at a more exacerbated level.
We were looking at in the Discord stream yesterday. It was like, it wasn't like exact, but like the same chart pattern on the 15-minute for Fartcoin and Bitcoin were almost identical. And when Bitcoin was pumping, Fartcoin was also ripping.
So that's something that's on my mind to maybe, when I start trading altcoins, when I see this dominance, I'm not going to start trading dominance till I see a weekly candle on the dominance chart turn red. And that'll be like, all right, I'll go mess around with that. So now watch a guru bringing this up. $1.3 trillion asset manager Morgan Stanley is set up to offer crypto trading through E-Trade clients. There's a lot of traditional clients that are going to see Bitcoin and all these crypto ecosystem plays start to be talked about again on CNBC, MSN, all that stuff over the next year. This is probably going to be a pretty effective avenue in congruence with the mainstream media not being able to ignore crypto anymore. That is something very, very interesting to see. Now, what we got here, and there's been a lot of worries about a Bitcoin fork. So I kind of got to address this. This is from some core developers in it. Bitcoin Core is not a democracy governed by votes. It's supposed to be based on rough consensus. Anyone can see that there's no consensus on relaxing OP return limits. Pushing ahead on this change is going down a slippery slope. And this is a response to Jameson Lopp. He's one of the best Bitcoin ethos maxis out there. Every so often, someone gets upset that their arguments in a Bitcoin Core poll request fail to convince the contributors. So they take their grievance to social media with a bunch of normies that have nothing to do with the Bitcoin Core network. And that's where this fear, oh my God, they're changing the code comes in.
Wrong.
And then many non-contributors pile in into the PR under the naive assumption that the core is a democracy governed by the votes. So this is something to keep in mind. And, really I don't think that the code, the design of Bitcoin is going to change, especially as we see these nation states layer into the existing what it is now. I think that that's going to be a much more sticky conversation to try to pull off in the future. So we have more stuff. Roswell, New Mexico, became the first city to establish a Bitcoin reserve. That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
The first city. Who would have thought Roswell was going to be the first one? Absolutely crazy. Yeah, this is a great. What is this? When Wells Fargo offers you crypto trades at your bank, you're too late. You missed the bus. Don't wait for that time. Do not wait for that time. Holy cow, that would suck, right? You've been like some nerd like me has been complaining to you to take on the crypto learning path, and then you wait till the bank is, because once the banks bring it up to you as something they, once they say it's okay, you're going to be at $1 million a coin. Once they say that they want you to do it, it's going to be at multiple millions of dollars a coin. So that's a thing. And this is a good question. H-Bar Dano Bean asking this. Do you think extraterrestrials want Bitcoin? What you think, Isaac? Do demons want Bitcoin?
Do demons want Bitcoin? That's a good question. I think demons in human form might love some Bitcoin. Extraterrestrials, illegal aliens want it? Definitely.
Yeah. It's a weird world out there.
Can't really answer that one, to be honest.
So here's a weird one for culture. Sam Altman, the World Project launching in the U.S. with plans for Visa card and a Tinder pilot program. Basically, he's out trying to optimize everything for payments from dating. Just wait till he tries to tokenize love itself. Very, very odd.
That's kind of like
Tinder,
that topic you're talking about. Let's tokenize the sun.
Tinder sucks. I mean, I don't understand why people are sitting here trying to find dating through online avenues. Like, I don't know, go to church. Go to church. Right? Like,
I did.
Simple. Find God. And then you'll find a woman that's found God too. And then you'll be really set up for life. Now, the U.S. House, what is that?
And then she likes crypto. You're rich forever.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. My wife's the one that convinced me hardcore into crypto. Like, I knew about it, but she's like the one that's like full send. God bless. Because I was all about bullets and beans and gasoline, and double knife hand action. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can I pray for more gains? Probably not.
He'll hear you. God will hear you, but he might not answer.
Yeah, that's you can meet more people online than in real life, but do you really know the girl? Right?
Yeah. You want there's online communication has ruined communication for everybody. No one wants to go outside to talk to people anymore.
Dylan Case had some success. It looks like he met a gal and he's been together for 2 years. Oh, to Mikhail too. A lot of people are using them.
Yeah, I mean, you can get lucky, but I mean, there's nothing better than in-person communication with friends, family, and loved ones, and future wifeys.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a terrifying thought, like moving love online and tokenizing love, right? That's the thing.
Not gonna happen.
So this is crazy. U.S. House has voted to end California's ban on gasoline-powered cars. Interesting move. This is something that the whole electric vehicle, everything, that was just a pipe dream. They can do electric vehicles in certain demographics with success, but you can't do it in aggregate. Trump, this is just some highlights. Trump is just going off. This is Biden's stock market, not Trump's. Has nothing to do with tariffs. All Biden's fault. What do you guys think? I mean, I think he's being a little emotional. Like
I
the
think
tariffs,
so.
Come on, man.
Those were his fault. He campaigned on it. He was like, it's going to be short-term pain.
Yeah, man. Like, just own it. We had to break a couple eggs to make an omelet, folks. That's the way it goes. So let's see. The Ford CEO is talking about these tariffs as well. I am in the car market. You know what? I was at the barbershop and I was scrolling through sports cars, and my wife's like, "You're cheating on me. This is like you cheating on me." I was like, "Oh yeah." Looking at sports cars. Let's see what the Ford CEO has to say about these tariffs.
Well, first of all, Ford is really different. We make 80% in the U.S., more than any other manufacturer. In fact, we made 400,000 more vehicles than our next competitor, and that would fill up the entire island of Manhattan. That's how big of a gap we've made. So, look, we think this is really great for the country. We really support the president's initiative. We never left the America on car production. And so this moderation is reasonable, I think, for mostly our competitors. They need more time, but at Ford, we're in good shape. And this is the right thing to do. We really appreciate the dialogue we've had with the president, but we have a lot more work to do with him and the team.
Interesting. So Ford's saying that they're pretty well positioned for this type of action here.
Yeah.
This is interesting. He's saying tariff policy is great for the country. And I think in aggregate and over time they are.
You are banned!
What the fuck?
Zach Nasty's banned!
Oh, no. Oh, my God. Oh, my dad and my wife are agreeing. I don't need a sports car. God.
Wrong.
I miss it, man. I built cars in high school. Shit. I miss those things. Maybe they're right, though, Isaac. Maybe they're right. You know what? It is painful for me to see a Toyota Sequoia is like twice the cost or like 3 times the cost of like a nice sports car.
You can get a Ferrari for under $100,000.
That's messed up, man.
That's messed up,
right?
Hey, if I can get a Ferrari for under $100,000, it's a grab for me.
Yeah,
I got time under my belt.
Yeah,
I do have time under my belt. I mean, I'm a young kid. What am I going to do? Get married young? No.
True.
I'm just right around a Ferrari.
Well, who doesn't have time is Vladimir Zelensky. And on our side is ready to sign it. It looks like we actually did get Zelensky to sign this mineral deal. So now the U.S. can replenish some of its mineral supply. Tesla, I do want to check out Tesla. Tesla stock fell 4% in overnight trading as they might be searching for a new CEO. I think that there's some warnings that this might be like, just fear-based fake news about Tesla and Elon Musk from the mainstream media because they hate his guts because he's gutting their money laundering operation. But let's go into this. Let's go to Tesla. I want to see what this stock is doing. It's up. It's green today. Let's see if it's regaining that short-term loss. Get out of here. I don't need to give a number. On the day, not looking too bad. Let's go to the month. Not bad at all. Look at this. They're sitting here complaining. Oh my God, it's crashing. What a bunch of twits. Honestly, Elon Musk is doing like 7 or 8 massive companies at a single time. It would kind of make sense that he wants someone else to be at the helm of this.
I think they're saying that chat's saying that Elon said it was all fake news and that they're going to replace CEO. So
he's still going to hold it down.
Yeah.
What an absolute savage. Jesus. Can you imagine running like the Department of Government Efficiency, Tesla, the Boring Company, SpaceX, just so many things. Like, God, that is absolutely crazy what that guy's up to. Now, let's get into this stuff because I know we got a lot of altcoins to look at. We already covered this at the beginning of the show in congruence with my generalized extended market theory. Market now pricing in 4 overall Fed rate cuts this year. This risk gats are going to go berserk. There is no denying this. And anyone that's calling for like an aggregated bear market from what we just saw with the tariff pullback is a fool. I don't want to say mean words online, and Isaac, I don't want you to either, but
I won't.
anyone that is willing to sell short and get out of the way of uncertainty right now, you already got into the lion's den by buying Bitcoin and altcoins before it was adopted across the world. Now you see Bitcoin strategic reserves moving into place. Now you see an SEC chair that is literally bullish on things all the way down into altcoins in the RWA, and you're going to sell that? Really?
Sad.
Like, how low T do you have to be to possibly get there? So what we got? We got more. I got to dig more into this Percent character. This is his announcements that the Ukraine deal was signed. Scott Percent, I think, terrifies China. I think this guy terrifies China because he might put the finger of power of the US dollar on the iffy standings and ground that the commercial real estate and residential real estate in China sits upon. It's a currency war. There is a currency war going on in the background. DCA and Prey, I went over Wind Moon today. DCA and Prey, the moon for altcoins is very, very hard for me to put a number or date on. I do feel like Bitcoin has enough gas in the tank to run into the first quarter of 2026, though. So take that as you may. We've seen sometimes altcoins pump a little bit after Bitcoin's peak, but man, like the general idea for me in altcoins is when I see, when we get to altcoins, I'll show you specifically, basically what I'm going to be doing with every single altcoin pair to Bitcoin to know when to get out and to take the profit. So President Trump also having conversations with Prime Minister Carney of Canada, called him and said that he wants to make a deal. Sounds like the new PM over there is trying to strike up a deal. And also Trump says he is going to speak to Xi Jinping to be a fly on the wall of that conversation. My God, absolutely crazy. And here's the view of the stock market crash everyone's complaining about. You panic at this tiny little correction and you ignore 4 years of absolute chaos that was there under Biden. This is so ridiculous. Anyone that is complaining about the markets right now and blaming all of this calamity and the next Great Depression on Trump, don't say a word. Just literally send them this meme. This is all you need. Take a screenshot of this meme. And this is how you respond to anyone out there, never Trumper, anyone that's trying to blame Trump for this massive calamity going on the market. Just show them this. The picture is worth 1,000 words. Here's what they're panicking over. Here's what they missed, what they refuse to acknowledge under Biden. Unbelievable. Now, Scott Percent's also talking about expecting a revised GDP number. We had a slight negative GDP. I think it was yesterday or the day before. And you know what? This is going to be more confluence for the Fed to put reasoning behind their Fed rate cut in June, I think. More stuff about this. Meta glasses. This is something that affects me. Your voice now trains their AI. Ray-Ban Meta glasses flip their script. AI features are now on by default. That means Meta can scan your photos, analyze your voice, and keep recordings for up to a year, all without asking first. You can't opt out of it. You have to delete each file manually from their app. Meta says it's about improving their AI. So basically, their AI system is learning about real life from my visual purview when I'm wearing the glasses.
Visual prowess. No, those glasses are too chunky for me. I would not be wearing those. If they look
these
like
are the
that,
old ones.
Those are the old
these
ones?
these are. Look, I'll put it on.
Well,
Look,
what about the new ones?
They're gonna have the same design.
Oh, okay.
Same design.
Because those are straight out of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
That's what those
this is a question for me. It's like, because I already have, the privacy stuff. It already went out a window with this phone. So it's like, am I going to sit here like the phone listens, it sees? am I really going to sit here worrying about this? It's all, for me, it's worth it for the body cam and then capturing the, the family moments.
Yeah.
Because I can be, taking care of my daughters and stuff like that. And then have like little videos to be able to send my mom. We're super far away from my mom and my dad. So it is pretty useful to get them that. But yes, Zuck sucks. I get it, Dad. My dad left Facebook, so I had to get him on X here. They looked at Drew Carey's glasses and they're like, let's make our tech look like that. Yeah. I would probably rock these glasses. I think I got what it takes. I got a new haircut too.
When did you do that?
I went to a barbershop in Hiram, dude. It was awesome. Absolutely awesome.
You gotta continuing the mullet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I am. Look at this.
Oh yeah.
It's like nice and it's controlled, but man, it is on point right now. So let's get into altcoins though. I want to talk about altcoins. There's a lot of juice to the markets right now. Let's check out the old focus portfolio first. On my face. Here we go. Watch list. Let's see here. ETH up 5%. That's great. Aerodrome breaking 70 cents. What up?
Woo!
Morpho is up to $1.37. 92% on the week. Yellow Cat trying to hit 30 cents. Constellation above 4 cents is great to see. Moonwell with an 8% pump today, 23% on the week. ASI with a little bit of move. I would expect more. Why isn't ASI? I mean, this is supposed to be like the Giga play for AI, and it's really lagging.
It was all because
that is the merger.
I know, but I think the merger is still the reason why it is still down, because it was Fetch AI, it was Ocean AI, and ASI all combining into what it is now, ASI, your Artificial Super Intelligence Alliance. And I feel like that's the reason why we haven't seen like major pumps from it, just based off the fact that the merger happened, and mergers are not typically successful. So maybe. I feel like I was kind of suppressed because of that.
Yeah, Chainlink needs to do some work, get above this $15 mark. I think general like Chainlink. I think this market, the extension, the amount of bullishness we have for the year, I'm still looking at 3-digit Chainlink as my target. $100 to $200. I'll be steady taking profits. Added to Proppy to the portfolio. You did? Okay. The best trader I've ever known has just bought Proppy. I'm gonna have to look at that. The Arena doing pretty good. What do we got? Cardano, 70 cents flat. A lot of these. I'm just excited to see Base Ecosystem. Look at this, because these are some of my biggest bags right there. Base Ecosystem doing great. I'm curious what the Proppy graph looks like, because gotta be fading here. Let me know in the chat. My love, is this the one? Bro, Poppy. Massive pump on the day. Let's see your 7-day. Wow, it's up on the month.
Jeez. See, all time look
Well done.
Well, all time's not even bad.
What?
Interesting. Has she done it again?
I know. What is she doing over here?
Steve have some Proppy too.
Did he really?
Yeah. So
Steve-O's a good one too.
Team's doing a lot of good stuff behind the scenes.
Oh, snap. On-chain real estate stuff. That's what it is. The Proppy.
Oh, yeah. That makes more sense.
That's what it is. I remember this.
Steve-O says it's a woman-based team. Interesting.
Okay. Let's see here. Oracle data. Collected AI processed.
Altcoin Daily is talking about it.
Crypto escrow with Coinbase. Minimize market volatility, task risk, compliance, streamlined process in recent years. 12% of the first-time home buyers used crypto for the down payment. Interesting. Okay. Title and escrow. Let's go here. We're just snooping around. Dude. Interesting. This is an asset sector. It's going to be more respected than like like Ohm.
Yeah.
I know it's Ohm is not like Ondo.
Oh, no way.
Ondo is tokenized securities for the most part, but it's trying to tokenize Wall Street to property-based representation of on-chain assets, easily provable. done within the confines of the United States. You got a SEC chair that comes from the RWA space that understands this stuff. This is actually, my wife is literally giving me FOMO right now.
Interesting.
Look at this guy's haircut. What a great haircut.
What
Is that Josh? Is that Josh?
No, it's not Josh. Is that Samuel Arms?
Interesting. Primary locations: Arizona, Colorado, and Florida. Okay. Let's just snoop around here. I'm just going in here. All right. So you can exchange properties 24/7 around the globe on their RWA representation. Buyers can submit escrow money directly through their platform. Completed documents, transaction closing. Wow. Damn. This is that replacing real estate agents play, bro.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's kind of nuts. I think this could follow Ondo.
Right.
Yeah, I think this could be. Yeah, this is insane.
And what is the market cap? 76 mil. Stop it. The
Oh,
volumes
you're about to be so rich.
the volume's up 20% today, just about.
It's on Base or Ethereum?
It's Ethereum. I think it's probably multi-chain though. Let's see. What is this? Stop it. Yeah, it is on Base and Ethereum.
Oh, nice.
Oh, let's go. Let's
Big.
go. I'm gonna get some. You know what? I'm tired of this. You know, I'll take some of my tether.
You've been looking for. You've been feeling FOMO, and you have extra tether on the sideline. I mean, this looks like a good little play here.
This is interesting. Okay.
Came out at 70.
Fair enough.
You're kind of the bottom right now.
Here's some code added. Ondo integrated with Link CCIP network. No big deal. Just Chainlink cross-chain interconnection protocol set up with Ondo. You know, this is funny. You see this done with the New York Fed, now with Ondo. Ondo's coming out with its own chain here soon as well, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. Shout out to Doobie-Doo Flatulence. He's having fun, you know, involved with the Aerodrome ecosystem. And you know what? I'm going to do it this week. This weekend, I am going to go. I'm not going to lock up my Aerodrome for 4 years at all. But I am going to start earning some yield off of a bag of Aerodrome. I'm going to do it. I've been so busy with everything, but I know that where this market is moving, I need to combine my TA experience with the DeFi and the liquid, like the ranges, because I can, if I combine my TA know-how that I have now with understanding the ranges of where things are likely to be, I'm going to crush it in this market, in doing that. So I'm going to go in there and I'm going to put a little bit in there just to touch where this market is moving with how much we know ahead of banks. They're going to literally be looking for people like us to help them, you know, over the next 5-10 years. So that is something that I am going to start getting involved with this weekend. It is happening. I'm doing it, dedicating basically the night of, when is DZ getting married? Is it Sunday?
DZ is Sunday.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll do it. I'll do it Saturday night. Saturday is going to be crazy too, but it's all right. I'm gonna have to do it. Gonna have to happen. Now, something important to note. I just put a side note. It looks like there's going to be about 1.1 billion tokens of Aerodrome circulating by the end of 2025. Likely around like 1.2 at the end of the quarter one of 2026. So that's something important to just keep note of when we do see that end of year hype coming to altcoins. Just understand how many tokens are going to be out there when you're doing your moon math out there. Do you guys think Powell's going to cut rates this month? No. Diaries of a Strip Club DJ. Incredible name. No, I don't think we'll see the FOMC cuts this week or this year or this month. I think June is when we're looking at them here. This is why. So May is coming up. It's 94% surety that we're going to keep rates the same. Really, it's June that we're looking for that 25 bip cut rate. July is looking like we're going to get that cut again. September, I think September is another cut, and then October is when it looks like they might hold, and December, one final cut there. So that's what we're looking for on the FOMC cuts. Shout out, Base is Ethereum. They're admitting it. Coinbase has captured Ethereum. So there it is. At least us in the basement knew this is coming literally like 2 years ago. So that's cool. Another crazy prediction that came true. Something good looking on Moonwell as well. I know some of the chat in our Discord, like our OG live stream this morning, one of them got the Moonwell card.
Oh, nice.
I'm kind of jealous. I want a Moonwell card. Now Moonwell is leading with a 20% increase in active loans. Let's hop on over to DeFi Llama to see what it's actually looking like right now. Do some stuff here. I just had to dive into lots of data today, you guys. I know that like people new to crypto, they're like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm sorry, I get it, but the stuff matters for if the altcoin projects are good. And when to expect the blow off top. There's a lot of work to do today. All right, token price. Compare this with the token price here. Come on. All right. Starting to move back up. But also that TVL is trying to break all-time highs, bro.
Jeez.
That is absolutely crazy. Okay. Wonder what Ondo is looking like. Ondo Finance. Price. Takes a little bit of time to open up because I have 800 tabs open right now. All right. Ondo price, still a huge gap between that. Absolutely crazy. I'll check out your post after this show, Mr. Vet. I will. What you got, Jasper? Oh, you got that? All right. I'll come and get you in a minute and then we'll go get some pizza, okay? All right. All right. Well, leave my soundboard alone, please. You're literally trying to. Okay. I'll get you there. Don't worry. Give me 5 minutes, okay? Oh, you want to see the show? Oh, okay. Here you go. Boom.
Just drew
Boom.
things.
Just drew things. Yeah, this TVL differentiation on Ondo to price, plenty of room to run there. That is something to keep an eye on there. I'm glad I layered into more Ondo too. That has been performing really well. Now, what other stuff do we got? This Visa is launching its crypto stablecoin payments in Latin America. Also, it has been rumored. Where is that post here? TJ brought it up. Do we have the AI agents with the credit cards, Isaac?
Yeah, we have it in there.
Let me see.
I'm
Oh
pretty sure we
God,
do
here
have
it
in
is.
here. Yeah.
Visa and MasterCard are giving AI agents access to credit cards.
Uh-oh.
Oh my Lord. Okay, so Visa unveiled Visa Intelligent Commerce at its global product drop, opening its payment network for AI agent developers. MasterCard releasing Agent Pay to embed payments into AI conversations. AI agents will soon browse, buy, and manage purchases on the user's behalf. Visa aims to make these transactions secure, trusted, and seamless. Okay. Working with OpenAI, Anthropic, IBM, Microsoft, Stripe, and more to scale the AI commerce securely. It's going to be able to AI-ready cards, tokenized digital credentials, authorizing agents to transact safely on behalf of users. Holy God, bro. Would you trust an AI agent to be out there like just making market decisions and buying stuff for you? I mean, it sounds like it might have upside.
It might have upside, but I mean, we talked about it earlier in the Discord. All these AI agents are currently negative when it comes to trading and all this other stuff. So I feel like it'd kind of pull over to like just regular spot buys. I was like,
Yeah.
what if an AI, a live robot that has an AI agent built inside of it, just takes your credit card, signs up for L Bank using the link in our description, and just starts trading the day away? I don't think it's a good idea. I don't.
It's kind of crazy to think about it. I saw a great comment here. Where is it? AI buying guns with credit cards is classic Terminator. So
yep.
This is just so crazy. So what is the traditional finance system historically has significant levels of friction for agents to become fully autonomous, but this demonstrates flexibility to adapt. We could see agent making bookings and orders sooner than you think. Will be fairly limited compared to what's possible with permissionless financial systems and crypto rails. Visa's move is permission agents that require approval. Okay, so there'll be safeguards of requiring approval to operate within that centralized framework. But the beginning is something absolutely crazy. Agents can now interact across protocols freely, executing DeFi, and that's kind of what that Moonwell developer Luke was talking about, right? That AI agent hopping in and out of DeFi spots, NFTs, DAO actions, permissionless, absolutely crazy. So that's something to think about. This is a pretty amazing time to be alive and see how much innovation is going on around us. I think there's a lot of money to be made. There's also a lot of things that can go wrong in doing this. So, yeah, just absolutely crazy. Ripple is trying to buy its stablecoin rival Circle.
No fun.
I don't think this is not going to happen. Circle is not going to let their power go. Right. I don't think that's going to happen. Interesting to see Ripple kind of flexing its bag of value. You know, Ripple, if they did absorb Circle, that RLUSD wouldn't have much use case. Ripple more and more looks like a immovable object to me. You know, it's at $100+ billion market cap. It is here. Even the guy that was cutting my hair, the guy next to him was like, "Have you heard of XRP?" Because I was like, "Yeah, I'm in crypto. You know, Bitcoin's good, bro." He's like, "Have you heard of XRP?" They just don't want us to know about it. I think that it's quite the opposite, where
we know about it, all right.
Well, and there's if you're new to crypto and you go on and you go to find about crypto, find information, you're just bombarded, absolutely blasted with information about XRP. And you know what? It is what it is. Go have fun, Green Day. He might go catch a criminal for us. Good man. Yeah, it's just I think the upside for XRP is there, like probably like a 2x this cycle. Maybe actually at $5 to $6. So if you're at $2 at entry point, then it's a 3x. Long term, seeing $1 trillion XRP out of just hype and speculation. Insane to think about, but possible in 2028. It is fueled by hopium, but people need hope, man. They go look for it. People, and it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy at this point. Something very interesting on the other funner altcoins to talk about is 21 Shares is filed for a spot SWI ETF. SWI is definitely in the game for deep gains today. It's at $3.70. Also, the SWI game application is coming out right now as well. So there is something that, you know, SWI is looking more and more like the Solana of this cycle. Like how Solana moved last cycle, SWI looks like that guy this cycle. But, you know, that doesn't mean I think SWI goes to hundreds of dollars. More so, I'm looking at the kind of like $10 to $20 range for SWI. This is kind of cool. They're rolling out a gaming unit, a hardware device.
It looks like the Nintendo Switch.
Right. It does. It's a SWI Play. Kind of, and you know what? I faded. I was like, Solana's not gonna pull off a phone, and they did. They pulled off 2 phones. You know,
2 phones,
so it is what it is.
SWI could pull off a gaming console.
Vet says he's got something super important about the pump or something like that coming. He should send me, or maybe I could find him here in my messages. Let me see here. I'm gonna click on you. This is Vet. Make sure you guys, if you guys are like, I think you should follow Vet even if you're not in DeFi, because everybody's going to be in DeFi in 10 years. So I think understanding what Vet is doing, myself included, is super important to the pie of information we're absorbing. Let's see. What did he post recently? I think this. Where is it, Vet?
I think it's that video right there.
Was it? Okay, let's watch it.
Talking about.
Let's watch it. Hold up.
Veteran Crypto here with DeFi Crypto and Airdrops. Wanted to drop a quick video and explain something about DeFi, and especially with the upcoming market pump that we're all expecting. So one thing that's important to understand is in a ranged or concentrated liquidity position, is whenever the market starts pumping, especially I'm going to use USDC and Arrow as an example in that liquidity pool. As the market starts pumping, then it's going to start DCAing you or selling off Arrow into USDC. And when it reaches the top of your range, you're going to be all in on USDC and not have exposure to Arrow. So basically, if the market keeps pumping, past the upper end of your range, then you're just hodling USDC and you're missing out on that price appreciation. That is why I have been stressing lately to get into positions to where you're lending, because no matter what, you have full exposure to price appreciation and full range positions to where you're earning yield, but also no matter what the price does, you're always going to have, it's going to be to a lesser degree, but you're still going to have exposure to the asset, in this case, Arrow. So start thinking about these things and position yourself properly in your DeFi positions to ensure that you take full advantage of market movements.
Absolutely awesome. I love having Vet in this mix with us, man. That's great advice.
We got to get him on the show over here.
Yeah, we better.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I mean, now he's doing it. Come on, let's do it.
All right, we got some breaking news I have to get to. We're about to end, but this just broke, you guys. White House is saying that they're selling some of their gold reserves potentially to purchase Bitcoin with.
Ooh, 100K today because of that information alone. I can guarantee it.
Oh my!
I can't guarantee it, but I'm saying this is going to be, that's insane.
Oh my! We got to go to the charts. We got to go to the charts.
Are we going to hit 100K off this news alone? Let us know in the chat.
Broke. It just broke.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And
that is super exciting.
The 1 minute chart. Crazy.
We got the internal green dot hype coming in. Oh Lord, this is on the minute because I'm a psycho. 100K is not too far away, honestly.
Nope.
Like
less than 3K now.
That is super wild. So yeah, I mean, this system is collapsing into Bitcoin, man. This is super crazy to see. It is definitely Bitcoin season. I am pretty strongly feeling that we're going to see something like this, where we bounce up, do kind of a rounded, move here, come back, retest this, fill the CME, bounce to the midpoint / a little bit upper echelon of this next fib, come back down, retest that as support, and then boom, front end of Q1 of 2026, blow off top. That is my general thesis. If it changes, I will go into depth of why. But you know what? That's how I feel. We've said some crazy stuff on this show before that have come true. I've taken information in about being wrong about when Bitcoin dominance was going to fall off the cliff. We got close, like, because I called it to the day, and on that day, we did see Bitcoin dominance drop over the next few weeks by 11%. But we are in a whole new data set. I've taken this new data, I have repositioned, I've really taken in the information. And that's the definition of intelligence, being able to take in new information and adjust your thesis. So, Isaac,
yes, sir.
Appreciate you running the sticks for me here, brother.
Always, always. And if you haven't already, make sure you smash those likes and get in the Discord link in the description. Also, we do really, really need your LBank user ID. We need your Discord information, and we need your email, which is also in the description. It's also the pinned comment on the show.
Yes.
So
yes, absolutely. Sure good call out. And I'll shout out to Arculus and LBank for being great partners of the basement, you guys. And the chat here, Wispy, thanks for hanging out with me this morning. Sufficient enough. I was able to watch Sufficient enough driving around his land.
I know.
Dude, he's got a great land setup. Justin Valen, what up, man? Patton McCrotch, my homie, my pops. Crypto Stevo, of course. DC Alden, Johnny December, Jeff R. I'll go through the whole chat. Chewy here. We got all the people. Lasers Go, Pew Pew, Matt B. Appreciate you guys, man. You guys are the foundation of this show. Your support, your sharing of this video and liking the video is really how we've gotten this far. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. We got the new data to work with. It's going to be a great year. And shout out to you. I respect you if you're able to hold through this little pullback here. And I don't respect you if you sold your bags and you're shorting, because you're going to get wrecked. Love and appreciate you guys. Take care.
Peace.
marijuana.